Hey, what's up guys? My name is Gene, I'm JAXTWIN and on the channel we talk tech. If you guys are new to my channel, please consider subscribing to stay up to date when I drop new videos every single week. Now in today's video, I really wanted to talk about the iPhone 14 Pro Max. Now this is an iPhone I've been using for the past month, 2 months, and I really wanted to share my thoughts about what I really like about this iPhone and why I really think that this is the iPhone that I should have got my brother. All right, so let's go ahead and talk about what's in the box. You do get the iPhone, you do get the USB to Lightning cable, and you also get some documentation. Now I ended up picking up the deep purple color 512 gig version. The iPhone does come in 3 other colors: gold, silver, and space black. In terms of capacity, you do get 128 gigs, 256 gigs, 512, and 1 terabyte. Now in terms of dimensions, the iPhone itself comes in at 6 inches in height, 3 in width, and 0.31 in depth. The iPhone itself does weigh about 8 ounces, which is actually pretty good. I like the way it feels. It's not heavy, but it feels very solid. I don't know if that makes any sense. Now, in terms of display, you do have a 6.7-inch Super Retina XDR OLED display. Now, the screen also is a 120 Hz display, has a max brightness of 2000 nits. Design-wise, I really like the iPhone's simplicity when it comes to design. You do have the rounded corners, which is incredibly comfortable in the hand. You do have the external buttons and the port. Now, the side button on the right is the power button, and on the right side, you do get the ring silent and the volume up and down. Here, down below, you do get the Lightning connector and the built-in mic speaker. On the back side of the phone, you do get the tri-camera system here, the Apple logo, and just looking around the phone itself, it's like a standard iPhone. A little bit of a fingerprint magnet if you don't mind that, but it is what it is. In terms of features, you do get Face ID, you do get the dynamic island, which I'm going to touch about later on. You do get the always on display, you do get True Tone, you do get haptic touch. You also do get IP68 splash, water, and dust resistant with this bad boy. You do also have emergency SOS and crash detection. Now, this phone does come with an A16 Bionic chip. You do get a 6-core CPU, 5-core GPU, and a 16-core neural engine. Now, on the camera side, you do get a 48 megapixel main camera. You do get a 12 megapixel ultra wide and a 12 megapixel telephoto lens here. Now, the camera features include smart HDR, deep fusion, adaptive true tone flash, portrait mode, night mode, and Apple Pro RAW. Now, over in the video department, you do get 1080 4K video up to 60 frames a second. You do get cinematic mode up to 30 frames a second. You do get action mode, HDR, video recording, slow-mo, and ProRes up to 4K 30 frames per second. Video playback is up to 29 hours. You do get fast charging or fast charge with the power brick, with the 20-watt power brick. That basically means that 30 minutes will get you about 50% battery life on the iPhone, and that is pretty much covering some of the specs that I wanted to cover in this video. Now, in this part, I really wanted to talk about my experience with the iPhone and why I really feel like it was the one that I should have got my brother. In terms of watching content, in terms of like surfing the web, doing some of the basics, I think the Pro Max was better for me. I did actually have the mini, I had the regular size iPhone, and I really thought that this was a very good size. Now, as mentioned, I really wanted to talk about that dynamic island for a second. The dynamic island, in my honest opinion, is actually pretty good. Now, I added a couple of things that I didn't expect. When you're walking, you're able to see directions, you're able to see when your music's on, little transitions when you're trying to get through an app like your banking app, or when you're looking to log into a different app. I actually think it's pretty solid. I think in terms of the experience compared to the iPhone 13, there needed to be some type of differentiator between the iPhone 13 and the iPhone 14 Pro lines. I really do see this growing. I kind of wish that it was expandable, but I think the dynamic island is really nice considering what it is now and what I'm anticipating Apple to do with it and what some of the developers are going to be doing with it. Now, photos obviously are fantastic on the iPhone. I think a lot of it comes down to you. So I'm going to share just a couple pictures I saw with people took it with an iPhone. It says a lot about where we are with smartphones. Video recording on this phone is good enough in my opinion. I think, you know, if you're looking for something more high-end, you know, consider cameras, consider something external. But right now for a smartphone, video and photo is actually pretty good. Good enough for social media. It's actually good enough for many different platforms, TikTok, what have you. Overall, I really enjoyed using this phone. I really enjoyed how well it's done for me, especially like my life. Like, I didn't realize when I'm driving, like, it's better to see a bigger map, better to be able to use different features. When I thought about it more and more and more, it made a lot more sense. You get a lot more screen real estate, you get a lot more apps, and it just feels comfortable in my hand. I think for me, it just is a great fit for me. But those are my thoughts. I really want to hear you guys' thoughts about the iPhone 14 Pro Max. And I just gotta say that the battery life, the phone itself is just, this thing's a beast. But that's pretty much the video, guys. I don't want to make this video any longer than it has to be. I think that I pretty much beat the nail on the coffin with this one, but definitely a great iPhone if you guys are considering upgrading. If you have the 12, this would be actually a pretty good upgrade. I think if you have the 13, that really depends. I think if you're looking for those micro upgrades, go for it. You're not gonna be disappointed. Quick reminder that you're gonna have to give up a phone that you already bought for a more expensive phone. So just kind of a few thoughts to consider. I just wanted to throw this last bit here before I forget. If I had to pick between the S22 Ultra and this phone, I probably would go with the S22 Ultra, because I think that you're given so much more with the S22 Ultra. Now for me, as I edit a lot on Final Cut and I use a lot of Apple products, this made a lot more sense to switch back to. But in terms of the S22 Ultra, if I could do it over again, if I could have certain features in the S22 Ultra on an Apple, it's a win. But that's pretty much the video, guys. Definitely leave your comments down below. I definitely would love to hear what you guys think of the iPhone 14 Pro Max. If you guys are actually thinking of switching over to the iPhone 14 Pro Max, what do you guys think of the color? I actually like this purple color a lot. I'm still gonna keep it in the case. It's actually the case that I bought for it, the orange leather case here, which has been actually really good. And just a quick shout out to Pataka, which was kind enough to send over the Mag Easy Case 3, so just big shout outs to them. I will leave links down below, so if you guys want to check out those cases, you can check out those cases. Thank you guys for watching. Definitely leave your comments down below. Subscribe, and I will see you guys in my next video. And as always, until my next video, you already know. Peace.